What is going on, guys? It's Mighty Dark First back again. God damn it, Matt. And this is the wonderfully disastrous podcast. We are back.
Hello.
After a very... It is.
Say it me, so it us.
It us. We down with the kids.
Instead of it me, it we.
But, to be fair...
I'm laughing too much at that.
You really are. Matt is very sleep deprived at this point.
17 hours. Hi. Hello.
And Matt is buggered, to put it mildly. I, on the other hand...
Coffee in 3 months. Doesn't help.
Believe it or not, I've had a full week at college. So I'm probably not in the best state to record a podcast. But we were talking...
So
and
one of us is sleep deprived and one of us is in school. So...
Yes.
For once, I'll be the entertaining.
Well, I was going to say, for once, it's the opposite of how it was when we first started the podcast, because you were in school and I was insanely sleep deprived.
And now I'm a dropout.
I'm not a dropout anymore. Well, I came very close to dropping out. Ooh, fire bullets.
I will restate my previous statement. Dropout, but aspiring author.
But, of course, we love Matt all the same.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, apart from when he's being irritating as sin.
Like when I interrupt you every time you start the podcast? Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair. Can't argue with that. Very annoying.
But I can still talk circles around you, and I will always win every argument. Not
Yes.
that we've had it.
We'll leave him to be all excitable and such. He doesn't get out very much.
I don't, actually.
So, Matt, welcome back to the podcast. Oh, shit.
And then we remember that it's technically half mine.
Well, yes, but to be fair, the last episode was where we spoke about gaming nostalgia.
I don't remember that.
That was a good night. Yes, because
that was the first one I didn't watch back.
that's one of the... I'd say that was probably one of our stronger podcasts, but there's a slight change up, I'd say.
Oh.
We're not really going to start having topic ideas now. I think that was the problem, is it was very restricting.
Oh, great. So it's going to be even more off topic. Because it was off topic when we had topics.
Yes, I mean, occasionally we will have a topic, but, oh dear.
That'll last for about 5 minutes and then we'll think of something else.
Yes, so as per, we'll be like, oh, hey, let's talk about this cool thing. So, like, I don't...
With us, there's no in between. It'll either last 5 minutes and then we'll go to something else, or it'll last 5 hours.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, as I've said, if there's any sort of, any topics you want us to talk about, then feel free to leave it in the comment section down below.
And if not, like the video anyway.
Yes, exactly. Like, subscribe, share. I don't know, to be fair, I think I was on the 100 subscriber mark anyway. But we are now sitting at currently 128 subscribers on the Mighty Dark 13 YouTube channel.
Ooh, you're 72 away from 200.
Good maths, Matt. Well done.
I haven't done math in like a year, it's fine.
That's still, to be fair, you were quicker than I would have. So, I mean, this is
I don't
just...
even know if I got it right.
Someone will tell us, hopefully.
I'm sure.
Anyone who's listening. Very quickly, though, I do need to sort of say, obviously, the last podcasts have been with sort of Dan, Steph, and Ben. Not a lot.
I think you've done 2 since then.
Yes, obviously, Matt will become the co-host.
I've been the co-host, I just wasn't included in those 2 because you were all in person.
Well, yes, and we had
I'm in another continent.
Yes, and we had a studio.
Yes.
So, which is fair enough. But there will be potentially, emphasis on potentially, for those of you who watch the football vlogs, Lou may well... I know you don't. We've been friends for years, Matt. You've barely watched my videos, for fuck's sake.
I watched the Deep Diesel Challenge.
Yes, and you probably were one of the sick,
podcast,
twisted fucks who
except for the
enjoyed
last-
the amount of pain that me and Ryan were in.
I also watched the video of you getting your legs locked.
That was horrible. But it was for charity, so...
Tell you what, if I ever visit you there, you can wax my legs so I know you're paying.
To be fair, I might end up... this is the first time I've mentioned this. I may end up actually dyeing my hair for a charity at some point.
I dye my hair even for charity.
Well, yes, okay, but, like...
I'm attempting to get my hair dyed all blue currently. It just hasn't happened yet because people are slow.
But that's not really, like... To be fair, I think it's obviously Matt is very confident about dyeing his hair. Obviously, I have a certain professionalism to maintain being a referee, so I kind of can't dye my hair.
That is true. I sit in my bedroom for 90% of the time.
Yes. Well, put it this way: the amount of shit I got off people for having my legs waxed, people thought I was weird, and then I was like, I explained it was for charity, and they were like, "Oh, fair play," and I was like, "Yeah."
This is why I don't like sports, because I would not. People thought you were weird for having your legs waxed. I'd be walking in with, like, pajama pants and a, like, blue hair that goes down to the middle of my back.
So, for those of you who wonder what Matt looks like, think Gandalf with blue hair. And
not quite. I don't have the beard.
I was just like minus the beard. That's one thing we're probably even on.
Or the wrinkles.
Or, well, I wouldn't go that far.
I'm 20 years old. You'll have them before I do.
Mate, I've already got grey hairs.
Exactly. I don't.
You don't support Dartford Football Club, mate.
I don't know what Dartford Football Club is. I can't even say the name because I'm tired.
Yeah, likely excuse.
Besides, football sucks. So.
Yeah, but it's better than American football.
Debatable.
No, I'm sorry, but it's not. American football is not football.
Do you want me to piss off everyone that watches your videos?
I'd rather you didn't, to be fair.
Soccer sucks.
Well done. That's been the podcast, guys. Matt is now being ostracised from the channel, and I'm currently booking a flight to Canada to go and kick his ass.
Here's the thing. I don't have a public Twitter, so they literally cannot at me.
I mean...
That's a relevant joke, right?
Yeah, well... See, I think everyone would sit there, right, and they'd think, oh, yeah, well, you know, Grant's or Matt should be the sort of young, hip one. If anything, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
I'm probably more in touch with what the trends are than Matt is.
I listen to Harry Styles sometimes.
One
song.
As I said, Matt is not very up with the trends. Matt is not down with the kids, as the saying goes.
I have an iPhone 4.
Oh, wow. How do you feel? I genuinely have a newer iPhone than you.
I've had this phone since I was in the 8th grade. That's not difficult.
I mean, to be fair, I got mine a few years ago.
I've had this phone since I was 13 years old.
That's one old phone.
7 years. It barely works.
See, I'm finding I've got the same problem. Like, my phone is just ceasing to exist at this point.
And what type of phone is it?
It's iPhone 5C.
Oh, you have the same type of phone that Mackenzie used to have. AKA my now engaged twin sister.
So just as a quick thing, shout out to Mackenzie and her fiance.
Yes.
Congratulations.
I will not disclose because they'll never watch this. But
I mean, just to reiterate, Mackenzie, I expect an invite after you blew my eardrums out.
don't worry, it won't be for like another 5 years.
Good.
Fine.
But
And here's the first awkward silence of the night.
yes, there will be many more, although not as much because I can now edit audio on Audacity, which I'm quite proud of myself.
Oh yeah, Grant's learning.
I know, it's a
It only
scary
took 2 years of 10 episodes.
Yeah, and I finally learnt how to use Audacity. And the best... literally, all I've learnt how to do is I can increase and decrease volume. And I've also learnt how to cut bits of audio out.
You know, increasing volume would have helped with my mic quality used to be shit.
Yes, so for anyone who listens, to be fair, my dad listens to the podcast. He is an avid listener of the podcasts.
Ah, so your dad knows who I am.
Yes, he does.
What I look like.
No, he doesn't know what you look like, but he knows.
Fun fact, I have not met any of Grant's family. Not even over Skype.
Nope. I, on the other hand, have heard or have met Matt's mum because she walked in the middle of a podcast.
And you just said hi to her when I was talking to you for randomly at the point. She couldn't hear you, but she said hi to you. And you've heard her yelling many times.
Yes, normally followed by yelling about a cat.
Yes.
So, talking of cats very quickly, obviously for those of you, my other half, Lou, she has 4 cats. I have taken one of said cats under my wing and I'm teaching it to play football at the moment.
That's adorable.
He's called Baggy and oh my god, he is the most He's a little fucker though. That's a witch.
Cats are.
No, literally, right.
Cats are little shits, and that's why I love them.
He'll sit next to you, right, and you'll be eating, and he'll put his head near you, and he'll be like, food, and it's like, no, Baggy, fuck off. And then he's like, he'll sort of lean back, and all of a sudden, he'll just put his paw over, and he'll put his paw in whatever it is you're eating.
Yep. Cats do that.
And then, the funniest thing is like, I was eating breakfast at Lou's, and like, obviously it's sort of, Baggy wanted some food, so he decided to share some of my my poached eggs, and
First of all, disgusting.
I love poached eggs. Lou is an amazing cook. She actually, funny story. She made vegan cake. I'm not normally... I had a bad experience with vegan cake when I was with Steph.
I've never tried vegan food whatsoever.
I've had two...
Actually, Oreos are vegan. Right now.
Are they actually?
Yeah. Might be a specific like vegan type of Oreo.
Yeah.
It's the brand Oreo.
Well, the long and short of it was... Baggy decided he wanted to share some of my breakfast.
Yes.
And promptly got told to fuck off. As you do.
But cats do not listen.
No, they don't. He's also the first time I ever went round Lou's. We had... I can't think... It was something that had cheese on it anyway. So, Lou doesn't like grating cheese. As is a rule. So she said to me, do you mind grating the cheese? And I said, no, of course not. Because, you know, I want to be helpful.
Yeah.
So, which is fine. Fair enough.
You like to feel validated.
Exactly. Like, they've sort of invited me round. So I've helped, right? So I've grated the cheese anyway.
Playing the part of the good boyfriend.
Yep, of course, as I do. And
I don't have experience with that. That's fine.
I walked out into the kitchen after dinner,
ignoring that comment, Cole.
I'm not going there, Matt. For fuck's sake. I can feel it, I'm blushing, so thank you. Thank you very much, mate. Dick. Yeah, but basically, I've walked out into the kitchen to see Baggy licking the cheese grater.
Cats like anything that is dairy product.
Yes, and literally, and this is, we're at some point are going to end up writing a book called Baggy Stop Licking the Fucking Insert Object Here. Literally, I yelled, Baggy Stop Licking the Fucking Cheese Grater, just as Lou's mum walked through the door. So first time she's...
Depending on who's reading this book.
Yes.
That could be a very messed up sentence.
Oh, God. I mean, there was also... Lou made a really nice sort of casserole.
Yeah.
Which,
I've
really
never
nice.
had casserole.
You have or haven't?
Never had.
Oh, mate, you're missing out. It's gorgeous. So anyway, Lou's sort of making this casserole. So she's put raw braised steak into the slow cooker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Baggy has walked in and done his thing of putting his paw in things like, give me some food. The little bastard has dunked his head into the thing and run off with a chunk of meat.
As cats do.
As cats do. And it was the funniest thing because Lou went running after him to go wrestle the meat back off him. It was only it was a little cube, to be fair.
Yeah.
But it's just the way he ran off with it.
I have a similar story that happened recently.
Would that be with Oreo or Mika?
And by recently, it was Oreo, surprisingly.
Bloody hell.
The old one.
The old gal.
So, many people will know that on Good Friday, as in the Friday before Easter,
Yep.
it is a tradition to eat fish.
I didn't know that.
I think it's a religious thing.
Ah, right. That would explain why I didn't know it then.
And although we are not a religious family, my mother is not the youngest person. And so she was raised in a Christian household. She went to Catholic school.
Uh-huh.
And so we've always eaten fish on Good Friday because that's what good Christians do, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So she had the fish on the counter, not cooked yet.
I can see where this is going.
Yes. And Mackenzie and her fiance have moved home for the summer. So they were storing all of their shit in our basement.
Yep.
Literally all of their shit in our basement. Because they moved from their own apartment into her fiance's old bedroom. So, that's the thing. But, so while they were moving stuff into the basement, our cat Oreo decides that she can smell the fish.
Hmm.
Now, this is a cat that cannot normally jump well. She's up there in the years, I think she's like 13 now, and her back paws aren't what they used to be. However, when there is fish on the wall, she can jump like no other. She jumps up onto the counter, decides, oh, this looks good, I'm going to take the biggest piece. My sister comes up the stairs, goes into our kitchen, looks at the counter, and just goes, Mom, I think we're going to have to fight fish from Oreo. And my mom comes upstairs. My mom, first of all, yells, what? Then comes up the stairs, looks at the cat eating the fish. The kid just suggests, oh, we can just cut off the part that she ate off of. And Mom was like, she earned it. Let her have it.
Oh, bless.
So, that day, my mom cooked 6 pieces of fish.
Yep.
Because Mackenzie and her fiance didn't stay for supper, so it was just me, mom, my dad, because Patrick doesn't like fish. So we're all good for 2 pieces each, because they were fairly small pieces.
Yep.
So since the cat stole a piece, my mom decided, she'd go without a piece because the cat deserved it.
I wouldn't exactly say the cat had earned it, to be fair.
This is a cat that does not jump.
Yeah, fair point.
Like, for her to jump up to that counter, she would have had to jump and then use her back legs to claw the rest of the way up.
To be fair, she probably did earn it in that case.
And it was just like, who's going to wrestle the fish away from that cat?
I mean, there's probably some sick, deluded arsehole somewhere who would. And no, that isn't...
Probably, but here's the thing. If they did, Oreo's cute when she wants to be. But she'll take your hand off.
Hmm.
Literally. Not literally as in she's done it.
Yeah, no. Like, I know what you mean.
Now, Miko will just take your hand off and go near her at the wrong time. But, by the way, if you ever meet Miko, you won't like her.
I will or I won't.
You won't. Because your leg will not remain in one piece.
Oh, nice.
Either your leg or your hand. Depends on if you try to pet her when she's cycling.
That's always fun.
Okay, by the way, we've established one cat is named, what is it, Baggy?
Yeah.
As in B-A-G-G-Y?
No, Baggie.
Okay. Same name, different stuff.
Yeah.
I approve of that name, by the way. What are the other one things?
There's Midnight, who is Baggie's sister.
Okay.
To be fair, Baggie is short for I think it's the panther out of Jungle Book. So, but whatever the name.
Oh yeah, I think I don't remember what the name is, but it's definitely something like that.
Yeah, it's some longer than that. Anyway, he is affectionately called Baggy or Sir Baggingtons or Bags whenever I see him.
Yes.
So, which is cool. Then there is Twirl and Briny.
What is it?
Briny. So,
Briny?
yeah.
See, all very good cat names. Meanwhile, my sister chose the name Miko. And I'm just like, in what world is that a good cat name?
I mean,
That said, it's the only cat we've had that has actually had nicknames. Oreo is Oreo, and then sometimes Oripus.
oh my god.
I know. Miko, however, is Miko. She's also Meeks. She's also Meeksies. My brother has started calling her very affectionately Sneaky Meeky.
Oh my god. That's what makes me laugh about your brother, though. Is he has this massive tough guy exterior.
Oh no! If you think he's a tough guy, we've described him all wrong.
Like, I've heard some stories of him being quite a sort of.
He's an arsehole. He's not tough.
Yeah. He's sort of a.
May I suggest a word?
As long as it isn't the one that begins with C.
Alternate word for the same thing. Twat.
Oh dear. So yes, as you can tell, Matt is very sleep deprived because he would never normally use such foul language.
Debatable.
Well, I'm assuming your mum and dad aren't about it either, or at least can't hear what you're saying.
I need to tell you about a joke. when talking to my brother about the dog of a YouTuber known as Jeffree Star.
I cannot stand that Muppet.
He's a lot more tolerable after you watch the Shane Dawson series about him.
See, that's another thing, is I don't like Shane Dawson that much.
I love Shane Dawson. He and his boyfriend just got engaged.
I know, I heard about that. I'm very, I'm actually quite sort of glad, but to be fair, considering all the rumours about him having sex with his cat and whatever.
Yeah, he's made some unfortunate jokes in his past because he was also shocked.
Fair enough.
And they just kind of stuck with him.
Right, okay then.
Yeah. None of it is actually true. He's actually like a really cool man.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Jeffree Star has 6 Pomeranians. And all of their names start with E. There is... I will see if I can name all of them. I probably can't. There's Diva, Diamond, Delicious, Da Vinci, Drama, I think is another one. And then the only one I for sure remember, Daddy.
Oh my god.
So now, here's the thing. My brother made a comment when we were talking about the one known as Daddy.
Mm.
About how awkward it would be to take that dog to the vet. See, in his mind, he was going to say, how awkward would it be for the vet to call out Daddy? When calling him into the examination room, whatever.
Yep.
But where my mind went was literally, my brother said vet, and I was like, uh-oh, is Daddy getting neutered?
Oh my god. Matt, Jesus Christ.
No. Now, my brother just kind of sat there with a look that can only be described as shock mixed with what the fuck.
I do feel like I'm somewhat of a bad influence on you, though.
Meanwhile, I almost fell over laughing.
That doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
And I blame you.
I thought you were going to blame me. To be fair, you were very, very innocent when we first started talking.
No.
Well, at least, alright, I'll rephrase that.
Actually, yeah, probably, because I hadn't met my other partner.
Yeah. So,
I think.
you
I'm not sure. I haven't talked to her in as much detail, at least. So.
Reasonably innocent.
Reasonably.
And then, of course, you know, with our hashtag mutual friend, which is, you know, bringing back the hashtags.
Yes. We have said her name on here before.
Yes, we have. Although that was where we were both manically sleep deprived, I think.
I'm pretty sure we asked her first if we could. She said it was fine.
It was more because we said it in a podcast and I just messaged her and was like, "Do you mind if we say it, because I can't be asked to edit."
Right. We asked her after we already.
Yeah. So it was kind of like, "Hey, just giving you a heads up. We've done is this okay?"
Like, we've done it now, so it kind of has to be.
Yeah, exactly. Well, at this point, I didn't know how to edit, so.
Yeah, we would have had to scrap it. And would have been great.
I mean, it would have just been all YouTube tutorials.
Yeah. And at that point, we probably would have been faster to scrap it and re-record it.
Yes, but I'm not the most technically forgiving person in the world.
No. Neither am I.
I mean, this coming from the guy who called a kettle a fuck monkey once because it wouldn't work, and then I realised it wasn't turned on the wall.
I've done that before.
It is the most infuriating thing in the world, especially when you want tea.
I have done that before. I plugged in the kettle, walked away, and waited 10 minutes, and then went back out and the kettle was cold, old, and I was like, what? And then I realized, wait a minute, there's a switch that's supposed to light up on this thing. Yeah. And see, the most infuriating thing isn't even that the kettle wasn't turned on. It was that you were stupid enough not to turn it on.
Mm.
That's the maddening thing about it.
That is the thing that does sort of get to you more than most, is like, you sit there and go, how the fuck have I been so stupid?
And it happens so often.
It does, like, not even joking. Like, I recently, and I mean, I can't, I'll be saying something, and then I'll look at Lou and I'll go, what are we, like, I'll make a thing like, stupid question, but where does this go, or whatever, or what does this do, and she'll just look at me with just the same look of, you're an idiot. And, obviously we love each other dearly, but her favourite thing is, I love you, but you're an idiot. And I sit there
that is the sign of a good relationship.
To be fair, I say the same thing about her. Like, that we built her mum bought a new shed while I was staying around there, because obviously I've just had my Easter half term.
Mm-hmm.
So I stayed around, and her mum bought a new shed, so I helped put it together.
Yeah.
And, we were having fun, sort of, one of the funniest moments was her mum was talking about, obviously, you need to put screws into a shed. It wasn't a wooden shed, it was a plastic shed.
So many jokes just popped into my mind.
Yeah, you can see where I'm going with this. She literally said, and this is an almost direct quote, because I can't remember exactly what she said, but she looked at Lou and gone, do you want to help Grant screw in the shed? And I ended up on the floor laughing. It's just one of those things. It was like, I feel so inappropriate for laughing at this, but
it happens.
It's one of those things. I'm sorry. And to be fair, Lou ended up sitting in the shed to help us screw things into place, and I literally just started calling her a shed goblin.
If you could have seen the grin just slowly growing on my face just now as you were telling that story. See, this is the thing. Grant and I are the same person.
Yes.
And that's why we get along.
Yes, there's a reason Matt is called my partner in crime, and that is, down the years, if something is a terrible idea, you can bet me and Matt will do it together.
What?
If something is a terrible idea, Matt, it always happens, we end up doing it together.
No, I know. I was making a comedic moment because as you said that, I said I blame you, and it was a comedic, and you ruined it. Good job. I'm still teaching him the timing in comedy.
Yeah, well, if we recorded a podcast more than once every 5 years, we might actually be able to work on that. Stand-up comedy.
I resent that statement. In fact, I deny that statement. We had at least 2 weeks in a row.
Yes, but that's because we bulk recorded podcasts.
We recorded both episodes the same day.
Yes, which, to be fair, isn't such a bad thing to do.
And then the other 2 week span was the one I was in.
Yes, so obviously I had podcasts with people. It's quite funny because 2 of those people will never appear on the channel again.
Well.
So,
bye.
Yeah, basically.
See, what would have taken you like a 20-word explanation, I summed up in one.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah.
I'm still teaching him.
I taught you most of...
We all know I'm the funny.
You've got very cocky all of a sudden. You definitely don't get that from me.
See, here's the thing. I'm the funny one, but no one makes me laugh
Then there's just me, who's almost killed you by making you laugh before.
You were the one I was talking about.
I didn't actually hear what you said fully, so...
I said, I'm the funny one, but no one makes me laugh more.
It's more because I will just say shit without thinking.
You say shit that I cannot believe, and it makes me piss myself laughing.
To be fair...
Because it's so outrageous. And I'm
yes.
Like, that's hilarious.
Then probably not able to be repeated on a podcast, to be fair, mate.
There was that one time you mispronounced the name of Nicole Scherzinger.
Why?
Which we can't tell that story because it involves a very bad word.
Yeah, to be fair, in my defence...
Use your imagination.
In my... Thanks, mate.
There is no defence.
There is a defence. I was sleep deprived as all fuck.
There is no defence.
There was a defence.
The words you said and the way her last name sounds are nowhere close.
Look, alright, I'm useless at pronunciation. I thought that was how you said it genuinely.
Now, if you were pronouncing the name of Mr. Terminator, which I'm not going to attempt right now because I'm sleep deprived.
What, Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, him. If you were pronouncing his name, there could be a defense.
Look, alright, all I'm going to...
There's now no need for use of imagination. We basically just said it.
Yes.
But just saying, he got that out of Scherzinger.
I was listening to a Nicole Scherzinger song at the time.
And you still pronounce it wrong.
Yes. Just as a thing, we've been talking for 36 minutes.
Huh.
This is what I mean with having no structure is better.
Yes. And we've only had one awkward silence. I think we've had at least 5 in that span of time when we had a structure.
Yes, because normally we're trying to think of what to say, like, you know.
It doesn't work.
No, like, we're trying to think...
Talk shit.
Well, exactly, and I think that's the best part about this
And
podcast.
interrupt each other eternally.
Exactly. You know, we
Most
just...
of me interrupting you.
Yes, which you do constantly.
Exactly.
But, like, I think... That is one of the best things about this podcast. Obviously,
Yeah.
There's a lot of... I'm going to fucking hit you so hard when I meet you. Like, everyone's like, oh, it must be such a good relationship you and Matt have. No, I want to smack him around the face most of the time.
Fun fact, this is the first time we've talked in like 5.
I know, it's been so long. We were meant to record a few weeks back, or not a few weeks back, it was last week, wasn't it?
Literally last week, because you had...
I had Lou over, and
Yes.
it's a bit difficult to record a podcast.
And you were supposedly busy all this week, but then you weren't.
Well, I thought I was, but then I've kind of...
But then you weren't.
Yes.
Again, something that would have taken you an explanation.
Yes, okay, thank you. Fucking hell. So, I mean, one thing I'll have to say, so out of all the podcasts we've done, what would you say your favourite one is? Do 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 do.
The next one.
What do you mean the next one?
As in not this one, but the next one.
What? How? Why? Why? We don't even know what the next one's going to be about yet.
Exactly, but it's already better.
Well, I don't know. Do you know what? Personally,
It doesn't even exist yet.
I quite like the gaming nostalgia one.
Was that the last one?
Yeah, that's the last one we did back on the second.
I remember that one.
See,
The only one I actually remember recording is the first one.
yes, and that was a pain in the bum in itself because, frankly,
It wasn't that great. We answered questions, but
yes, but I didn't really. As a first podcast, what else can you really do? Like,
yeah, but they weren't great questions.
no, they weren't. To be honest with you, I had to make a lot of them up myself.
See, if this was a thing where we had like 30 comments with all questions to ask, don't.
Well, you know, I'm not stopping you from telling your friends about this and being like, yo, come and comment.
I don't have any friends besides you and Julie. Sad statement, but true.
Yes, but that's
Also, she said it's fine to say her name before.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, we will get Julie on the podcast at some point.
Probably.
But there's no probably about it. Let's face it, we need to, because I think the flow that there is between us is something else.
We need to, but there's just scheduling stuff.
Yeah, and I mean...
As in, we need to work around her schedule.
Yes, because obviously she has a child and a husband and such.
Yes, and we don't.
No, well, legally I'm required to say I don't have a husband, but you know.
Who is your husband?
I can't say. If I say, then the whole of Korea will come crashing down around us.
Oh. Before Grant is married, he's down the road.
Who's currently out in Russia, believe it or not.
Oh. What happened to America?
Trump.
Let's not get political. Stop right now.
You're the one who fucking said it.
I mentioned a singular name. You mentioned dating places. You brought up politics.
I didn't. I made a joke about Korea. Korea is a lovely place.
South Korea. Yes.
Now who's getting political?
I mean...
You're not wrong, but still.
Look at any news anyway.
Yes, but if you believe the Korean people, the North Korean, they have won the World Cup every year they've contested it, and have also won everything in the Olympics.
I don't care about the World Cup.
The World Cup doesn't care about you. Just because the Canadians are too busy sitting... Just because the Canadians are too busy sitting in their igloo, going, oh, it's nice weather outside, eh? And letting everyone else kick their butts.
See, you're talking Summer Olympics. Meet me at the Winter Olympics and see who wins.
Well, I'll be cheering on the Jamaican bobsleigh team, so fuck you.
Fair enough. Cool running.
Yeah,
but,
I'm glad you got the reference.
I've never seen that movie.
You haven't?
I know the reference because of a YouTuber, but I've never seen the movie.
Oh dear.
I guarantee you Canada will win curling. I know it's not a real sport, but still.
I don't know, I quite like curling.
I don't. Canada has a decent chance at figure skating if Caitlin Osmond is competing.
Mm-hmm.
Who, by the way, is from my town.
Which?
A Olympic gold medalist. From this town.
Yes, and by doing that, you've just told everyone where you live, you pillock.
Let's be honest, who cares enough about the Olympics to look up?
Well, the fact that you've said gold medalist, I mean,
let's be honest. If they're going to come to this town for anyone, it's not going to be for me.
you never know.
It's going to be for the Olympic gold medals.
Well, they might sort of look at you and be like, ah, this is the guy who led us to him. We must also kidnap and kill him.
See, here's the thing. They'll never know it's me because my picture is not online.
No, it's not. And coincidentally, Matt's avatar on...
Your sound has messed up.
There's my sound messed up. Oh, bugger.
It sounded very muffled for a minute and like there was something like a fan on it. It's fine now, but it sounded very muffled.
Oh, good.
Oh, it's back.
Fuck.
Are you like moving your mic or something?
I'm not even wearing a mic. I'm having to record through like the microphone on my laptop. Or, sorry, on a webcam. Ah, that could be why. My webcam's falling backwards.
There you go.
Any better?
Yes, good now.
Alright, good. Yeah, no, my webcam had fallen backwards because it doesn't sit properly on top of my laptop. So, that's fun. To be fair, right?
Oh, Canada also has a good chance of winning a top team. Unfortunately, I think last Winter Olympics we lost to America.
I bet that really fucking pissed you lot off.
Oh, yeah.
I
No
actually,
one was happy.
to be fair, my mum has a friend from Canada, and he wasn't happy when Canada lost to the Yanks at hockey.
Yeah. Now that said, I don't care about any sports, so
No.
I could give less of a shit. But some people are mad.
Which, to be fair,
In fact, I like Canadian sports the least.
why do you like Canadian sports the least?
Because I can't play them.
Fair enough. This
I can't play any sport.
No, this goes back to a time where, when we were all talking about meeting up, Matt, I sort of, without giving him...
I'm never playing football with you.
Look, I've already said I'm going to be the one who's doing all the running. All you need to do is just stand there.
Uh-huh. I can't be the goalkeeper.
So anything, who said anything?
Every shot will go in the net.
No, it won't, Matt. It'll be fine. We'll just make sure the
Yes,
goals... we won't. We'll just
It'll
make...
either go in the net or hit me unintentionally.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm kind of hoping for. But I mean, like, the running joke, it would be Julie's husband and son versus me and Matt, and
Yes.
to be fair, I think we'd win.
Let's be honest, that's basically 2 versus 1.
Yes, but one happens to be quite a reasonably fit footballer.
But see, here's the thing. It will literally end up as 2 versus 1 because midway through the game, when you're not looking, I'll just walk over and sit next to Julie and watch.
Yes, and then I realise and come charging over to you and slap you and drag you back on the pitch.
Good luck dragging me.
Okay, fair enough. But I mean, I'm just saying, like...
If you want someone to drag me across a field, you're going to have to fly Mackenzie there.
I was going to say I'll have to find a tractor or something.
No, you don't need a tractor, just get Mackenzie.
Right, well in that case, Mackenzie can be on my team then.
Mackenzie actually played football for like 3 years, so...
I think that was a running joke between us for some point, is that I had a crush on your sister. I never did, but frankly...
I don't know if that was a running joke. I know there was a running joke where Mackenzie was supposed to marry Julie's son, and I was supposed to marry her stepdaughter.
Mm.
That was before we met you.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Mackenzie's engaged now, and I'm not marrying her stepdaughter, to say the least. And officially awkward silence number 2.
Yep, there we go. There's not really much you can say to respond to that.
Well, there's only so many reasons I wouldn't be marrying her stepdaughter. They can fill in the blanks.
Yep. Well. I mean, I know the reason,
You do know the reason.
and I'm not going to say.
You've known the reason for a while.
Yes, I know.
I don't particularly care if you say it.
No, I know, but I'd rather keep people guessing, and then we have an excuse to squeeze another podcast out of it where we have a big reveal.
Let's be honest, no one cares.
No, very true.
And I'm willing to bet that big reveal podcast will get like 1 view.
Yeah, probably, and that one view will be me.
Okay, 2 views because your dad exists.
Yes, 3 views actually, because Lou will probably listen as well.
Okay, so 3 views.
Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
And still no one will care.
No, exactly.
Because it's not important.
I think that's how I convinced you to do a podcast with me anyways, because obviously you were nervous about people listening. I was like, mate, no one's going to fucking listen.
I me listening.
The same logic still applies.
Yeah, I know.
No one's
No
going
one
to
who
fucking
knows
listen.
me knows you except for Julie. And my mom barely knows how to work YouTube.
See, my dad's the opposite. My dad's very clued up on the YouTubes.
My mom knows how to look at Facebook. That's about it.
Is she one of those mums who shares Minion memes?
Not Minions, but she does. Actually, my dad spends more time on Facebook than my mom.
No, right.
When he's not working.
Mm.
That's how he works for 3 weeks straight and then is home for a week. So he has catch-up time.
Mm. So he will just spend a few things just sitting there.
Oh, like a solid 12 hours at a time when he's home.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. He's also very into Candy Crush.
I used to play Candy Crush quite a lot.
I hate it.
I've become the same way now.
I've never played any Facebook games except for one called Double Witch Saga, and that was for like the first 20 levels and then stopped.
See, I play Words with Friends.
Never heard of it.
It's basically you get given sort of letters and such, and you have to make words and stuff like that.
I prefer games that are like in person, like
Cluedo.
What?
I don't know. You said games that are in person. I said Cluedo.
Ludo?
Cluedo. Yeah, you know, Professor Peach and the pipe. No?
I think that's a British thing.
Probably. Look, we can't all
I
play.
games like
Look,
Heads Up.
look, we can't.
Grades.
We can't all play fucking Toss the Penguin, alright? We don't all live in America's hat.
Penguins are a Canadian thing.
Alright, fine. We don't play fucking stick
Get
the
the tail
hoop.
on the moose.
Do what to the moose? Matt, that is disgusting behaviour.
Hey, we've all heard of Tip the Tail on the Donkey.
Yes, but why the fuck are you pinning things to a moose? I take offence to that. I identify as a moose. I take offence to that.
Look, I identify as an attack helicopter, alright?
You what?
Have you not heard that meme?
I swear, did you just say you were...
Look, people can identify as what? What?
Did you just say you identify as an attack helicopter?
Yes. It's a meme. Look, people can identify as whatever they want these days, and it's fine. If you say you're an attack helicopter, you're an attack helicopter. If you say you're a stuffed animal, you're a stuffed animal.
There's the funniest thing. My Lou's...
Also known as a furry.
Oh my god. Let's not go there. Leave that alone, Matt. Leave it. Leave it.
Look,
There's...
again, they can't at me.
Yes, I know, but they can at me, so fuck off.
That's your mistake. Please feel free to at him.
Fuck off, Matt.
From all of your angry comments about me, I
Yeah.
won't read any of them.
No, you don't. You barely know my channel exists.
I know it exists, I just choose not to watch it.
Anyway,
I'm a
there
very
was this...
supportive friend.
There's this saying that Lou's mum has. It literally is, I've met some pricks in my time, but you, sir, are a fucking cactus.
I approve.
Well, put it this, I was at Dartford a couple of weeks back. I literally yelled at the top of my lungs, "Ref, you're a fucking cactus." And everyone looked at me like I was mental.
I don't know if you heard it, but you fully just made me snort.
I did.
Damn it.
But yeah, literally,
That means everyone else did too.
yeah, probably. I literally yelled, "Ref, you're a fucking cactus," and then had to explain to everyone what I meant. Which was interesting.
It's fine.
But I mean...
If nothing else, you can play it off as wanting to talk about your girlfriend. Okay.
I don't know how to respond to that. I can't tell if you just called my girlfriend a prick or not. At least...
No, I meant it in like a sweet way. Like, oh, I just wanted to bring it up because then I could talk about my girlfriend.
Fair. Good save, Matt. Good save.
No, that's literally what it was.
Yeah,
Don't
sure.
be the bad guy. You're the bad guy.
I'm not the bad guy. You're the one who just called my girlfriend a prick, you arsehole.
I have not.
You just did.
She's a lovely person.
To be fair, she's the first girlfriend she's the first girlfriend I've had that you've actually said, okay, she's very pretty.
Really?
Yes.
Well, she is.
So, Lou, if you're listening to this, you have the hashtag Matt approval factor. So, congrats. We're going to sort you out with a James Charles.
Oh, God.
Oh, have you heard what he's done?
No, I just know who he is.
He's a twat. Lovely guy. Like, does a lot of makeup, I think.
He's a makeup artist.
Yeah. Well, he is charging $500 for a meetup.
In before it's another Tanacon situation.
Oh, don't get me started on that nut job.
Look, I fully believe that she was just manipulated by the people that she was working with.
Quite possibly.
I think she was stupid for believing them and deciding to hold it on the same day in the same location as VidCon.
Mm.
And trusting a 20-year-old business owner to sort it all out that owns the business because he borrowed his mother's money.
Mm.
But she's definitely partially at fault, at least. And she was very stupid for it. But I have some sympathy for her just because she was very blatantly upset about it.
Mm.
She didn't want it to happen the way it did. That said, some people don't believe her at all and are fully thinking that it was fake crying in the video.
See, I'm sort of somewhat on the fence with all that.
Here's the thing. Here's my way of proving that it's not fake crying.
Yep.
When you see someone fake cry, when do they have tears?
If they're a good actor...
Fun fact, a lot of acting in movies and TV, they put drops in their eyes to make it look like they're crying.
Hmm. So, very...
And another thing, if a tear is real, it comes from the center of your eye. It doesn't go to the sides and roll down the sides of your face. It goes down, straight down. And that's what was happening with hers. And I know because I used to fake cry when I didn't want to go to school. So I know all about it.
I don't really... To be fair, mate, fair enough. I mean... To be fair, we could probably fill a podcast on talking YouTube drama.
Probably. Probably not best for views.
No, but to be fair...
There's the whole Pokemon community thing right now that I won't
There's a...
elaborate on.
Hang on, what?
The Pokemon community.
There's a Pokemon community.
Yes.
I don't know. I watch FIFA YouTubers and such, and F1 I don't watch... I'm not as hot on the YouTube. I've even stopped watching fucking Drama Alert, for fuck's sake.
Okay, I won't go fully into it, but I'll just give a little hint.
Hmm.
Basically, main Pokemon YouTuber, I think he had like 500,000 subscribers.
Jesus.
He was 20, manipulated 16-year-old into dating him. That happened. It's a thing. Like 3 others were revealed to do the same thing. It happened.
So basically, it's like the whole Minecraft thing.
Yeah.
Ugh, that was bad when that came out back in the day.
And then there's some people that are faulting the victims for outing the dude because it was a 16-year-old guy that he was manipulating. And I'm just like, I mean, I agree that you should never out anyone, but in this type of situation, like, I think it's reasonable.
I'm not saying I agree with outing them because it can lead to some rather nasty incidents,
No.
but I can understand why.
Well, it's like, it depends too, because it's like, this could sound like a really horrible thing to say, but I feel like the level of ashholelessness that is involved in outing someone is different depending on what you're outing them as. Like, if you out someone as being transgendered, that could literally ruin their life at this point.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, at this point in time, that is not as widely as accepted as it should be.
No, which is terrible, to be frightfully honest.
Outing someone as gay is not as bad as it would have been even 10 years ago. But it's still not good.
No,
People
like...
can still get fired in certain places or killed in some places. He was outed as being bisexual.
Yeah.
Which, depending on who you ask, one of the stupidest answers I've heard is that it doesn't exist, because it clearly does.
I mean...
But that's intolerant people that don't know what they're talking about.
I've also, again, talking intolerant people, one of the things I hear, and this makes me laugh every time, is like, bisexual people are just greedy. And it's like, they can't help being attracted to both. You twit.
Look, I look at it this way. Who wouldn't want to have twice the options?
Exactly, to be fair.
It's like, why be stuck with one?
Exactly, like...
Look, I'm really jealous of pansexual people.
To be fair,
They like everyone.
I can see where you're coming from.
So,
Like, I mean, I sort of look at it this way. Do you know what? If you identify as a cactus, you're a cactus. You know, whatever. Do what.
if you identify as an attack helicopter,
then can you please fuck off over to Russia and take a couple of people out for me? But you know.
wow.
Oh dear.
I think there's a couple more places we could be more concerned about for right now, but I'll let it slide.
Now go on then, where are you thinking that needs to be taken out by an attack helicopter? Which in essence will be a 10-year-old going, nyeh. To be fair, that's
I'm going to avoid that for now.
boring bastard.
I'm politely declining your offer to share my opinions.
Is one of them Donald Trump?
Politely declining your offer.
That one of them's Donald Trump then.
Politely declining your
Yep,
offer.
one of them is definitely Donald Trump.
Politely declining.
Well, I'm unpolitely... Oh, hang on a minute, I've got to figure this out.
I've successfully confused him.
It doesn't take... Mate, it doesn't take much, let's be fair.
True.
Like... I mean... I don't know. To be fair, we've been talking for over an hour, and this podcast has flown by.
Has it been over an hour?
Just crossed over, hour and 3 minutes.
Holy shit.
Like, I think, to be fair, we may end up bulk recording a few podcasts tonight.
I'm cool with that.
Like, I quite enjoy bulk recording podcasts because it's basically me and Matt just chatting absolute waffle for many, many hours.
Yes.
Which
so
is always fun.
I will say the maximum for me tonight is probably 2.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't want to completely wreck my sleep schedule. I have actually got to be up early on Saturday because...
Here's the thing. This is fixing my sleep schedule.
Yes. So...
I woke up 3 a.m. this morning. Currently 10 after 9 at night. So...
It's currently 20 to 1 for me.
Great.
But, to be fair, I have nothing to do tomorrow apart from head to my nan's because obviously Dartford have their first final home game, final away match of the season on Saturday away to Oxford, and I'm going, so, with Lou. Yeah, I mean, I'd sort of. Oh god. Ugh.
I have a question for you,
Yep.
and I can understand both sides of how people answer this.
Yep.
And I don't know if I've ever asked you before.
Right.
Dating a transgendered person,
Alright, yeah, okay. Fair enough.
yes or no?
I can't talk from experience, but I can't see it being an issue. Frankly.
Same.
Like, look, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, I wouldn't. I think if you're dating someone who is a woman transitioning into a man, and like that would, for me, get very, very sort of confusing, because obviously you love the person.
You wouldn't really know what to do.
No, exactly, and like I'm a like fucking hell, I'm a disorganised fucker as it is. Like shit like that would just, like, I wouldn't know how to react. Not I'd have any issue. I'd support them, like, as you do, but like, I'm not really bothered if you're, trans, fucking identify as an omelette. I don't fucking know. I feel like we are kind of shitting on the millennials somewhat here.
Yeah. Technically, we are millennials, I think.
I am strict.
Or are we the generation after millennials? I think we're the generation after millennials.
No, I think we're the generation before millennials, mate.
No, millennials are like in their 30s now.
I thought millennials were like the lot born in like 2000 onwards.
No, millennials are the.
Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking of snowflake generation.
Yes, that's what you were thinking.
Yes, right. My apologies. Sorry, millennials.
Millennials are the grandchildren of. Or no, I think the children of Generation X.
Hmm.
And the grandchildren of baby boomers.
Well,
because baby boomers were like the time of World War II. Then Generation X was like the generation coming out of the war, where like everything was great and prosperous and all that shit. Like after the Great Depression, obviously.
Yeah.
And then millennials came after that with the technology and the iPhone and the video games.
So, I rephrase.
The crap that came after millennials.
I do feel like we're kind of shitting on the snowflake generation somewhat.
I mean, of all generations, let's be honest.
They are fucked. I genuinely, right?
Even though we are them.
I'm not a snowflake.
I think we can safely say that you and I are at the right age to say that we're between millennials and snowflakes.
Yes, and I feel we bring, our sort of generation brings the best of both. I would say, personally.
Is there anything best about snowflakes?
The sense of humour? I don't know. Not that I have a sense of humour, because you could literally walk up.
I'm an attack helicopter meme?
Literally, you could walk up to them and go, "Hi, my name's Grant," and they'd be like, "I'm offended," and I was like, "Well, fuck you then."
Yeah, everyone's offended now.
It's so, like, I'm at a stage where I'm like, if you're easily offended, don't be friends with me, because I will offend you, because I do joke about things that shouldn't be joked about.
Yes.
Like, I am male, like.
As do I.
You know.
Less so than you.
Like we.
And I've developed that sense of humor from you.
Exactly. I'm glad I've taught you well.
The usage of the word "well" is debatable.
Well, in my eyes, I taught you well.
But back to the topic of the question I just asked you.
Yes, sorry.
I think it heavily depends on how willing they are to communicate with you.
Yeah.
About what they're okay with. But
I think the thing sorry, go on.
Something even more sort of what's the word? I can't remember the word. Controversial.
Oh god.
Something even more controversial than transgender people, non-binary people.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm assuming by that reaction that you know what I mean.
Yes, I do, and I've got to think very carefully about what I'm going to say. Because if I word this wrong, my channel gets shut down.
Yes. So people who don't identify as either gender or any gender.
This is going to sound really... I remember
they
when...
go by the pronouns they and them rather than he, her, she, him, whatever.
I remember when LGBT was literally LGBT. So, lesbian, gay, bi, transgender.
Not LGBTQRS.
Plus.
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z.
I was going to say, not LGBT plus every letter of the alphabet.
Yes, and I mean, look, I have, as I've said, I've got no issues with people. You live your best life. But some, not all non-binary people, because some non-binary people are absolutely lovely.
Yes.
But there are
about every type of person.
Yeah. There are a few arseholes who go round and will literally bitch slap you with their non-binary isms.
Yes. Here's the thing. I fully believe in it. I fully support it.
Yep.
But if you look like a guy, I am automatically going to call you he or him.
Yeah.
That's just how my brain goes. If you look like a girl, I'm going to call you her. If you correct me, I will correct what I'm calling you, and I will apologize for it. But if you don't tell me, I can't know.
No, and that's what I think. That's part of the problem is they sort of some people will sit there and they're like, "Oh, did you just assume my gender in 2019?" It's like, well, sorry, Becky love, but you've got tits and a ponytail. Like, you know, it's not like you're Fat Jeff from down the road. You'll genuinely have boobs and.
See, here's a good way to avoid that. If you're not sure about someone, ask them their name first. Don't say anything else. Introduce yourself and ask their name. Now, if they have a name like Jess, where that's gender neutral, you're fucked.
Mate, I'm pretty sure I'd be fucked either way.
Well, no, asking someone's name is not harmful. Ask their name. If it's a blatantly female name, call them by he or her. Most non-binary people tend to go by gender-neutral names.
Like, don't me wrong. As I've said, I have no issues with people. Like, if you want to, like, you do you. But what pisses
within certain boundaries.
Yes.
Like,
frankly, if you're an asshole, right? I've always said, live your life, right? I'll live mine. I'm fine with you. I'll have no issues with you unless you're an arsehole.
Exactly. I don't care who you are, but if you're a dick, then I'm going to treat you like a dick.
Exactly. Like, it's one of these things. I'll never forget. There was someone, back when I used to do LGBT work at college, I was LGBT officer for 2 years. And I had one person one day. Now, keep in mind, I was a sports student, so I had to deal with, or I had to fight a lot of stigma within sport. And I'm not being funny, but that's a hard thing to do. But I sort of taught sport the best I could, which is fair enough. There was one person, and I can't remember where on the spectrum they sat, but they literally flew off the handle at one of these sports students in my class because they sat there and went, they accidentally called them, they changed their name.
Oh, did they, I think the term is dead naming them?
Yeah.
Like they used their old name?
Yeah, which is an easy mistake to make. I've done it enough times.
It is.
This person flew off the handle at them and was calling them every name and so on. I sort of stepped in and went, well, hang on a minute. Like, you changed your name at the start of the year.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like when Caitlyn Jenner first came out and people were still calling her Bruce. And people would like fly off the handle after.
It's like, look, it's an easy mistake to make. If you're used to calling someone a certain name, exactly, like, you've got to allow people a certain degree of time to get used to calling you your new name.
Yeah, and it's like with Caitlyn Jenner, it's like, okay, she's Caitlyn now, but Bruce Jenner is still like an Olympic gold medalist.
Exactly.
Like, she's still a famous person, even if Bruce was Caitlyn all along.
Yeah.
We just didn't know.
But then, I think that it does show, though, how much society has changed. The fact that people are now so much more accepting, at least in certain areas of things.
Yeah.
Not in all of them. I mean, to be fair, it's still there's still a long way to go.
I mean, and then there's the whole thing of feminists, where apparently it's not sexism if you hate men.
Oh, don't get me started on feminists. Because...
Or, no, the more correct term is feminazis.
Yes. I very rarely use this word, and I will have to figure out how to bleep this. Feminazis are...
I was about to say, maybe you shouldn't say it.
No, I'm sorry, right? No, genuinely, I'm sorry, right?
Or if he does manage to bleep this, he just said the C word.
Fuck you, Matt. Gonna bleep that now as well. No, I'm joking. But, like, it is a case...
just comment on it and be like, he said this here.
It is a case of, right, I believe in women's rights, okay?
Yes.
But I also believe in equal rights.
Yes.
So no one should be treated sort of like, I don't believe everyone should... Sorry, go on.
Feminism was never about women being treated better.
No.
It was always about women being treated equally.
Yes.
It's just that certain people have decided that women deserve to be put on a pedestal and treated like royalty.
Yes, and those are also the people who hate men and think that all men should be boiled in a giant pot and killed and such.
Except gay men.
Yes, but my argument...
Apparently, if you're a gay man, you're basically a woman.
Was like, have you ever heard of someone called Nicole Arbour?
Possibly, but the name doesn't ring a bell.
She is stupid, frankly.
Many feminazis are.
Well, she'll sit there, right, and she's taken on... She literally made a video called Dear Fat People.
Okay. Yeah.
You know who I'm on about now?
Yes.
Yeah, well, she's thick, to put it mildly.
Now, I think I did watch a video about her, and she claimed that it was all strictly satirical. And, like, oh, it was just meant to, like, call attention to it and get them to be healthier. And I was like, okay, but do it in a nicer way.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, I watched a video on her... I found about her originally on Daz Black's channel, or Daz Games, or whatever he's called now, because I've not watched his stuff in a very long... Fantastic channel, by the way.
Just Daz Black now.
Yeah.
Or no, I think he's Daz Games.
Lovely, like, really nice bloke, really good YouTuber.
I watched a lot of his vines and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, I to be fair, his vines are hilarious. I'm not someone who likes viners. I mean,
No, Vine was, for a majority, like crap. But
yeah, but he was one of those who...
It was clever. That's what it is. It was clever.
I mean, there was one... There was, like, one Vine he did that he openly admitted was racist.
Yeah.
But instead of sitting there...
And he also wasn't a 15-year-old that was, like, taking their shirts up and grinding on things.
No, and the funniest one of those I saw was when there was a dog who started humping him as he was grinding on the floor, which was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure I saw one of a dude that smacked his face off the floor.
Yeah, and to be fair, my response
Very satisfying.
to that is, that's what you get for being a moron.
Well deserved.
I mean, I look at it this way, right? There are certain people who do YouTube or who have come across from YouTube from Vine, a la Jake Paul, Logan Paul, those fucking idiots. Yeah. But I will say this, right? Logan Paul, after all that stuff with him,
worst of the two.
Yes, admittedly, but he has made big changes after the whole Suicide Forest thing. Alright, admittedly he had to.
Yeah, he was kind of forced to.
Yes, well, put it this way, there's a bloke I watch called The True Geordie, and like, when Big Brian has a go at you, you're fucked. Like,
see, here's the thing. If I had to choose between spending an hour with Jake Paul or Logan Paul, I'd still choose Jake Paul.
I'd pick Logan.
Really?
I find Jake Paul, I would want to kill him. Like, he really pisses me off.
Really?
I find I can just about stomach Logan.
I'm the opposite. Again, though, this is because I watched the Shane Dawson series on Jake Paul.
I've not watched that yet. I may get around to watching it at some point.
It's actually really good. It focuses on like what his life was like. It focuses on all the sides of like Team 10 and all that crap.
Yeah.
People getting kicked out. I'll just say a lot of his issues seem to stem from his parents. Which is usually how it goes.
Yeah, that's normally how it...
Logan Paul also fully admits to having sociopathic tendencies.
Yeah.
So, that's the thing.
I mean, I just am very much of the opinion, though. It's like, YouTube...
Here's the thing with Jake Paul and Logan Paul.
Yeah.
I feel like if either of them are more likely to throw you under a bus and film it reviews, it's going to be Logan.
Oh, yeah. But I think what you have to say is, though, is he's kind of... I mean, I don't really know what he does on YouTube now. I mean...
I don't think he does much anymore.
No.
But
I think he's trying to branch out into film and whatever, and obviously he's dating that Chloe Bennett woman.
No idea.
Who, to be fair, make of her what you will. Like, I'm not really going to pass judgment. I mean, Christ almighty, if you look at some of my... you look at some of my relationships and whatever, it's like... You know, but I mean, the thing is money and fame does strange things to people. Which I think we can all agree on, like...
I mean, supposedly Logan Paul slept with his brother's ex-girlfriend just to have a thumbnail.
Oh, yeah, that was that, Oh, what's her bloody name?
No idea.
Oh, that's gonna bug me now.
Is it Lisa Marie or something?
Something
like that.
Alyssa Violet.
Alyssa Violet, that's what it is. I don't know who I was thinking of.
I mean, as I said, I used to watch Drama Alert quite a lot.
Yeah.
Recently, I've stopped watching it because it's when the news comes out, the bloke who runs it is so fucking one-sided. Like,
I don't watch any. What's Drama Alert? Is that Pizza?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. He almost actually picked up the Pokemon community thing, but he was like, it's getting enough attention already. I don't know if he's going to do it.
I just think he's a bit of an arsehole, though.
Oh, he fully is.
Like, he's meant to be a news out thing, right? But he's
a very biased.
Yes, so like when it comes to... There's a YouTuber I watch called Jackmate. And if you watch his videos, you will see very quickly why I like him.
If you want like a fully unbiased news channel, check out Philip DeFranco.
Yeah. Big Philly D, like... He's like the OJ, as it were. But, there was... So, Keemstar had a bit of beef with...
Keemstar's had beef with everyone.
Yes, he has. But this Jackmate bloke, he had a falling out with Jackmate's podcast. So, like, I sit there and look at it, right, and I think the thing is his responses to things are incredibly childish. For a man who's got kids.
Yeah.
And is, I think, the wrong side of 40. Don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure, but he's...
Like, Keemstar?
Yeah, he is old, as it goes.
I didn't think he was that old. Holy crap.
To be fair, give me a minute. I don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure.
He can't be older than 40, can he?
I'm just about to Google it.
I feel like he's in his 30s at most.
No, I'm sure he's older than that. I love how I type it into into Google, sorry, and his...
By the way, you are muffled again now.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh no, he's 37.
What?
He's 37.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But anyway, that's sort of besides the point. Like, he has kids.
Yeah, he's still a child of shit.
Yeah, he, like, the way he'll report on things, and it's the way he'll do his interviews sometimes. And it's like he's trying to incite people to get a response. And to be fair, it's a bloody clever way of doing things.
Yeah.
But you lose
He's not
credibility.
very professional.
No, he's not. Like, alright, so say you put me in that thing and I had to report on the fact that a YouTuber had been allegedly accused of, like, I don't know, getting nudes off fans or something. Like,
Community?
pardon?
I said Pokemon community.
Yeah, well, I was trying... I don't know about that, so I was trying to avoid it, but, you know. Yes, I know you do. But then, I think to be fair, we're sort of... In that way, we're sort of very much of that generation that sort of watch. Like, I mean, it's one of these things. I don't really watch Jacksepticeye anymore.
Me neither.
I feel like his stuff has become very sort of not preachy per se, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's
I watched his Try Not to Laugh series, but I think he stopped that now.
They were funny though, like, because
They were. Or I think he called it Jacksepticeye's funniest home videos.
yeah.
I like that. I don't know if he stopped it. I just know he doesn't record it often.
But I think that's the thing, is like so many YouTubers now are scared of... I mean, let's face it, YouTube as a platform is absolutely fucked.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I mean, not long ago they were running anti-gay ads on it.
well, exactly, and I mean, there's videos from like Islamic State that were getting monetized not too long ago as well. Like, you sort of look at it and you just think they've tried to overcomplicate things. And like, I preach, take monetization for example.
Well, it's like with demonetization, it's like there is transgender channels that like upload videos like talking about like their experience and like talking like transgender teenagers through the process that's labeled as educational.
Yeah.
That get demonetized. Meanwhile, there's literal porn on there that's labeled as educational and it gets demonetized.
Exactly, and I think that's the thing, is you sort of...
How?
Well, you look at it and it's like their monitoring system is crap.
You're muffled.
Bollocks. They're like their
There you go.
monitoring system is absolutely crap. Like, how you...
Because it's all automated now.
How you can sit there and say, right, so say, I mean, I can't monetize my videos. I don't hit the, like, I don't hit the requirements for it anymore, which is fair enough. Like, to be fair, I was never going to do YouTube for a living. I do it because I genuinely enjoy making videos.
Maybe in like 10 years if YouTube still exists.
Well, put it this way, I mean, I've been doing YouTube for, I think, 4 years now.
Yeah.
I love doing the thing. I love going to football matches. I love editing my videos. But the thing is like, I post stuff that I want to post. So like, this podcast probably won't get many views.
Yeah.
But I quite like doing that. And it's like, I'll do the montages as well. So when I go somewhere, I'll make a montage because it saves me having to commentate over clips and whatever.
Yeah.
Which, you know, those get maybe...
Do you do like the full cheesy montage thing where you like play music and like...
Yeah.
Oh, great.
But it's an easy way of doing it. And to be fair, you do sort of see... I don't do it very often, but I'll do it if I go... Like, so, on my channel at the moment, there's a couple from where I went out to different places.
Yeah.
But that's just because it's an easier way of making videos, to be fair. Just because, like, it's very hard to, like... I have a certain style, and it's very easy to sort of talk about when doing football.
Yeah.
But, like, that, it doesn't translate brilliantly into when I go and visit places. Which is fine. So my option with things is I either don't make the video, which, to be fair, if it's in the close season, my channel is struggling anyway because obviously there's no football.
Yeah.
Or there's sort of the option of I make montages, so like I'll intro, but there'll be little clips throughout, like, so, you know, occasionally I'll stop the music and then I'll, like, there'll be a sort of offhand comment. So like, I went to Wing and Wildlife Park, right?
Muffled.
I've given up being. I've just accepted I'm going to be muffled for parts of it. I don't know why.
So here's the thing: when it's muffled, we are literally not hearable at all.
Oh, great.
Like if you're talking right now, I literally cannot hear you.
Bollocks. Right. Why is that happening then?
Now it's good.
Okay, cool. So it's like, at the moment, obviously the big news story...
Now it's gone.
For fuck's sake. The big news story at the moment in England is Brexit.
I don't really know anything about it.
No, so I can't be asked to get that political because that will literally start World War III. So... Oh, that's why my camera slipped again. There we go.
There you go.
That's right now.
For once, your audio is going to be the messed up one.
Not really, because I'm still recording. My audio should be alright because I'm recording on my laptop. So it's getting whereas you're getting it through internet, I'm actually getting my pure audio sound. So, yeah.
But right now, it isn't the Skype's call that's struggling. You just get muffled.
Yeah, it's because I didn't realise my
The microphone itself is the mic on the webcam is getting covered up or something.
Yeah, what happened was it had fallen backwards slightly. So, but yeah. So I went to Wingham Wildlife Park, and there were some monkeys in there that looked very serious. They were very serious monkeys.
Very angry monkeys.
Yeah. Well, no, not angry. They just kind of looked very sort of official. Yes. So I was sat there and I looked at them and went, I wonder if they could sort out Brexit. As sort of a like off the cuff comment. Which is like how, like, it's what I do for YouTube, is like, oh dear, part of my thing is obviously I do take the piss. But like, I mean, the thing is like this season in Formula 1, I've not bothered doing videos, and that's because I have no motivation to do them.
Yeah.
As much as I'm not a view-driven channel, like stuff like this, I don't care. Like the podcast, I enjoy doing because it gives us a chance to have a catch-up. And to be fair, doing it with my best mate is brilliant. Like, that's like the best thing about it, is just being able to sort of sit here for like, well, at this point, over an hour and a half with Matt and just chat complete shit.
Yeah.
Which is brilliant. Like, to do a podcast with your best mate is brilliant. But then I'll look at like the F1 videos and I'm getting like fuck all views anyway, and they're actually so annoying to make. Like, I have notes for the first two races on my phone.
Yeah.
But I just can't bring myself to make the videos because they're just not.
Can't be asked.
Exactly, they're not getting any views. Like, I mean, my view rate recently will fluctuate anywhere from sort of 30 views a video up to 100. Those F1 videos get maybe 5 views.
I mean, yeah, if it's not doing well and you're not enjoying making them, then it's like,
Well, it is like, what's the point? Because
make them if you're not enjoying it.
I think that's the thing, is it's like, you know, you sort of sit there and think, like, the whole, you have to enjoy, being YouTube, or being YouTube. Huh? How was it? No, there we go. Is that any better?
Yes. Is there like anywhere else you can put it?
Short of talking into it, no.
That might end up being the solution.
Yeah, we'll give it a go in a bit. But, no, just to sort of caveat what I was saying, like, very much a thing of, with my channel at least, I want to post stuff that I want to post. Like, I don't...
Yeah.
You know, I am typecast, like, I'm known as a football YouTuber. I'm known as a matchday vlogger, but that doesn't mean that I don't put other stuff up there. And to me, I don't care if it gets 50 views or 5.
Yeah.
But it's just very demoralising when you put a load of work into a video, like the F1 ones, because that takes a good sort of 3 hours to do my notes for.
Yeah.
And then obviously half an hour recording and such.
Doesn't do anything.
Exactly, and like you come back and it's got like 4 views in like 5 days, and it's like, is there any point?
See, in my opinion, there's no point in doing well if you don't enjoy what you're doing. So it's like, even if those were getting like 1 million views per video, like if you're not enjoying it, then there's no point in making it.
I think you can see though, when a YouTuber's just making, you know, when
content to have content.
Yeah, like, it is going to be a case, and I feel like, to be fair, we'll probably cut the podcast quite soon, and we might carry this on, like, for the next podcast, have sort of that as a loose topic.
Yeah.
Sort of just talk about YouTube and whatever. But I think you can tell when certain YouTubers are just making content for the thing of earning revenue and whatever.
Yeah. It's very easy to tell when their enthusiasm about a video is fake compared to actually being excited for it.
Exactly, and I think, like, I'd like to think, with my videos, you can see that I'm passionate about what I do. Like, YouTube-wise, I love doing it, and I always have, because, let's face it, I vlog match days for arguably one of the most stressful fucking teams in the UK.
Yeah.
Like, without taking the piss too much, I'm going great. Genuinely think I'm going to have a heart attack by the time I'm 30 through watching Dartford. Because they're so bloody stressful. And to have to edit a vlog when you've lost sort of 2 or 3-0 is hard, but then I do it because I'm like, do you know what, people actually... For fuck's sake. The thing is my webcam hasn't actually moved.
Well, something's muffling it.
Well, I don't know what it is. But, I don't know, like, YouTube's a funny thing.
Here's the thing, at this point, if we're cutting it soon anyways, it's just as well to hold it to your mouth for the rest.
No, yeah, fine. See if this works. So, I mean, I'm assuming this is working quite well now.
Yeah, just hold it like a microphone.
That's literally what I'm doing.
Works.
Yeah, well, yeah, I love, like, the whole YouTube thing, and I think if someone was to say to me, would you recommend doing YouTube? Yeah, do it, but be prepared to put the work in.
Do it, but don't count on doing it as a career.
No, I mean, I've always maintained I'm never going to make it as a professional YouTuber. Like, I'm far too inconsistent.
That said, for some people, all it takes is one video going.
Like they've made it for life. Yeah, but I mean, nah. But
there are some YouTubers that I've seen that have like millions of subscribers and upload once every 6 months.
And I've
They're like one of the most beloved YouTubers on the platform.
well, exactly, and I respect people for that. But you know, you do you on YouTube, and you know, just as in life, just live, be happy, and don't be an arse.
Do what you enjoy, or there's no point in doing it.
Exactly, you know, just fuck what anyone else thinks. You live your best life.
Hence why I dropped that podcast.
Yep, and hence why I'm just living life.
That said, I'm not endorsing dropping out of high school. Finish it if you can.
Matt couldn't.
I could have. I was just not in the mental position. I was fully capable of getting the grades.
To be fair, all joking aside, Matt is a very, very clever lad. Like, he's in, without making it sound like I'm trying to get up his arse or whatever, genuinely really clever.
And not just book smart. I'm smart in other ways too.
Exactly.
Sometimes I'm very, very dumb.
Yeah.
But surprisingly good at life advice.
Which is...
Even though I've had no experiences.
No, exactly, but I think that's one of the good things. But we've been talking for an hour and 42 minutes.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to end the podcast here.
Probably a good idea.
So yeah, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for Matt for co-hosting and doing a wonderful job. And yeah, we'll see you in the next podcast. So, Matt, say goodbye. You're a fucking asshole, you know that, don't you?
Okay. Hold on. Okay, so if you liked it, like the video. If you didn't like it, subscribe. Bye.
See you in the next one, guys.